But fellas, you're doing a great job. Some of these are the first time. Stay to the left guys, and when we have Ashley could be able to overtake everyone down on their right-hand side. So Ashley, you go on through, and then Longy, you follow. Highlander, you know what to do. Oh, yeah, give yourself some. Yeah, that's it. Now you just keep going all the way to the end, guys, and finish your lap. That's it. Slide, you follow on through. Zaki, you're right to go. Timmy, that's it. Red Bull car. Loza, you follow on through now, mate. John. Mitch, can you follow John, please, mate? Come on, off you go. Come on, Mitch, you got to overtake Cirrus now, mate. That's it. Finish that lap, mate. Well done, mate. All right, guys, that'll have you all ready to go. I'm going to leave you guys, so keep completing this lap, Mitch and Cirrus, and then return to the pits, and you will be good to go. Best of luck for the race, guys. I'd be doing it now if you're back in the pits. I'll hold it up for a little bit. I don't want to be hanging for too long. Excellent, guys. Okay, so the live stream is also up now with the intro going through. So I'll give it 1 minute, guys, before we go over. I don't want to go hanging in this lobby for too long. Welcome to ANZCRL Combined. Welcome to ANZCRL Combined Racing League. I'm your host, Neil Haynes. Quick intro here. We are here for the session 1 of the Bathurst 1000. There's your top 10 shootout results. It was a sensational lap by Ashley Cucci, who took pole position with gun 180, manhandling the steering wheel in his lap to come home in second, 0.012 of a second. Sato did everything he could to almost grab that pole position in third. John Slow had the tidiest and a fast lap there in fourth position. Rusty absolutely shook the field up in fifth, as did Slide Science in sixth position. Here is the starting grid that you will see for the race. We have got the Coke cars out in front. We'll go down to 8th with Timmy, 82. Then we've got Commander Jim in 9th, Loza in 10th, Huds in 11th, Mitch Kemp in 12th, and Commander Cirrus in 13th position. So here we go. We're at the start of the grid. A big race. Here it is. We've got Ashley on pole. Longy. Ashley's got the jump. Highland is just behind him, doing a good job. Here they all go for the first line of the run-in. We've got Slide Science out on the grass, and Highlander has tried to take it down the inside corner. He's gone from third. Oh, Mitch is out wide in the Premier Hire car on the sand, but he's rejoining there nicely without too much damage. But look at Longy trying to get that position 2 back from Highlander, but Highlander's sticking it down the inside. And it looks like he's going to have the run in now into turn 2 in Griffin's Bend. Look at them all come slide signs, and Zach 18, I should say, doing well. Sit back, enjoy 40 laps here of the Bathurst 1000, session 1 of 4. They're going to have a complete race of 161 laps as they come out through the cut-in. Look at them all coming all out. Single train right through the field. Commander Series, Commander Jim. Something's happened to him. He's down. Hud's 21 as well. So we've missed out what happened there. Now he's behind Kempy, who had an incident in turn 1. But look at Ashley. He's got a 1 second gap already on Highlander in the Coke car. Well done to him. That's a good start from Ashley. That's exactly what polemans want to do. But look at Highlander from position 3 into position 2, and he's holding the race favourite behind at the moment of Longy. And look at Bo Kane, very racy as well, up into 4th position. So he's taken a position from John Slow early on as well. So John Slow's dropped a position into 5th. Slide Science has held on to that 6th position and in a tow with John Slow right at this stage. As they come filtering into the chase for the first time of 40. Well, I should say the first time of 161 times, but we're going to have that split up. But here we go. Ashley Cucci's going to put his name down the record books as the driver to take the first lap here of the 2023 Bathurst 1000. So here we go. So he started his race exactly how himself and Wadey would like to see, out in front. Big welcome to all the people watching. This is ANZCRL Combined Racing League's Bathurst 1000, the 8th edition. At ANZCRL in front this event. Make sure you reach out and say hi. Let us know who you're barracking for, who you're supporting. If you're a co-driver watching this stream and tuning in, watching your driver. But it looks like Highlander's caught up, made half a second out of turn 1. Ashley's maybe, I was concentrating what I was saying. Maybe I didn't see Ashley have a little bit of a moment out of turn 1. Oh, he's fighting the back of that car. And welcome to VGA Physiological Sports, teaming up with Cirrus, who's up into 10th. He's made up 3 positions already. And Dado Racer, welcome to the stream, Dado. Yes, don't get into trouble by sneakily watching some of this footage on the on your phone during a wedding, I think it may be. But best of luck, enjoy the day. And go the Black Bull team, says Zaki. Yes, definitely the Black Bull team are looking good at the moment. In a healthy little position here, just in front of Timmy 82, beating just to stay in front there with the Appliance Online car. Thank you, Cuckoo. Yeah, I guess they all would like to have some good luck here thrown their way. And they're all coming out on a good start here at the moment. We've had a pretty clean start. But it's this man here, Longy, who's going to probably just start to see if he can just settle down for a little bit of the start of this race. Put that little bit of pressure on Highlander early on. So here we go, the real fast times lap here. Overcast skies, as you can see. Track condition is medium sort of grip at the moment with medium rubber laid down over the weekend. There's one car there's into the wall. Mitch Camp has found himself into the wall out of the chase. Looks like he's trying to find his gears. He's getting going, but it's this man here that's copped a little bit of a hard start at the moment, down into 12th. He did start 11th, but something might have gone wrong a little bit there early in that race for him to drop that position. But John Slow, he's now just holding a slight margin of slide science. He's just starting to get comfortable in that Shell Helix Falcon. Might call it a Mustang, I don't know what we'll call it. They are all Holdens by the looks of things, but the liveries do make them look great out on track, all found on race department. Zachy 18 under a lot of pressure from Timmy 82. And we've got Mitch Kemp into the pits early on for damage repair. Yeah, it's a big welcome, isn't it, Dado, to see Huds giving it a go. AMS2's not quite his style of game, but look, the V8 Supercars lured him in. We only had to dangle a little soft plastic in front of Huds, and he bit like a good snapper would bite a soft plastic. And I'm sure him and Rishi will feature throughout the race. They're going to try and obviously make sure that they stay on the lead lap as best as they can between the sessions. Mustang, yeah, that's right. Good one, Cuckoo. Yeah, definitely we can see these drivers with the regulations that we got the rules set as we hit the front here at the moment, the three-way battle for the lead of this race. As Mitch just coming out here out of the pit lane, so you should see them letting these drivers through, but Highlander trying to hold off Longy at this stage. But I was going to say that all the drivers will get a lucky dog lap back that are 4 lap down or more between the sessions. So if a driver falls a lap down in this session, session 2, they will start at the back of the grid for a manual single file restart like a safety car intervention, but at the back of the grid on the same lap. If you're 2 laps down, you'll be a lap down. And wait for the field to put you a lap down before you start your lap. So they'll be pulled up on the side of the road out of pit exit on the formation lap, and those drivers will sit there until they fall the number of laps down before they resume the race. But getting back to the race here, look at Longy. Let's go on board cockpit view of Longy and enjoy this ride over the top of the mountain as Highlander's now starting to put a lot of pressure on Ashley over the top. These cars Ashley seems to be struggling over the top a little bit. He pulls away, maybe he's got a little bit less aero, dialed it out a little bit for a bit of a run down the straight, but becoming a little bit vulnerable over the top of the mountain. Longy's really hard at work here in these Penrite Commodore. Latching onto the back of the Mustang Monster Energy of Highlander. Thinking that this race session is going to be a very fast race session. We're predicting of a time of around about an hour 25, maybe a bit less than that to get these 40 laps done. Looks like it's going to be a cracking pace. We have got the in-game safety car that may be caught if anything does happen, but we'll keep an eye on that. If the safety car doesn't come out, I think we're looking for a record pace event this year, 2023, and the times are tumbling now into the 204s by the front 3. And up Mountain Straight they come. Headlights are ablazing. It's a little bit of a dull day out there at the moment, the overcast skies. No rain predicted here on Sunday, so should be all good. Track temperatures at the moment in mid-20s. Drivers now just holding their nerve, just keep concentrating to hit those braking markers, hitting those lines. Over the top, it's so hard to make a move, but it looks like Longy's just trying to really unsettle Highlander in the background there, seeing if he can push Highlander into a mistake, and this is where you don't want to make a mistake. It can end all races. Up over the top here. Timmy 82 has been able to get Zach 18 as well while I've been watching the battle for this lead. Oh, I thought Highlander was going to try and send it. The hard corner to make an overtake through the Forest Elbow. As we all know, everyone takes an angle into that corner. It really closes the gap if you're down the inside. Best option for most of these drivers would be really seeing if they can get a good exit out of the chase and then get a move done into Murray's corner, as we got Longy having a good look there down the inside at one stage in the chase. And here we go, he's got a good run out of the chase. Will we see Longy up side by side in the braking? No, he's switched back around again. He was thinking about it, but Highlander ever so cool. Late on the brakes in that monster Mustang. And again, a .038 off his best time. So they're still in the 204s, these leading three. And all these drivers know exactly what they got to do in this field. It's all buying a ticket for that final session, session 4, which will be 41 laps to complete the 161 laps. As we got Highlander having a look down the inside now. This is a big overtaking moment. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. It's pushed Ashley Cutchy wide. Ashley's going to drop down into third position. Aggressive move from Highlander. But look at him here now. Longy's just going to pick up the pieces there. Hopefully there's no damage to that Coca-Cola Commodore. It's looking like it's okay. Just a little side glance between him and Highlander into Griffin's Bend. We know Highlander is an aggressive driver, but I tell you what, he's going to have to be aggressive in defence, because look at the man behind him, Longy. He's absolutely piling on this pressure. So a change of the lead on lap 6 to Highlander. Ashley's dropped from first to third, but he'll just regroup here now, resettle. We've seen Ashley's car pretty fast down the straight, so we may just see him be able to keep in contention with these drivers. He just seem to be able to be a little bit faster over the top at this early stages of the race. So it is Highlander that's going to try and see if he can get one lap on the board leading this race, and maybe of many. We know that Highlander and Sato 15 are really big contenders here for this race. Both these three drivers are, we got three teams actually, with Longy and Gun 180, and also Ashley Cutchy and Wadey. But then we've also, you can't throw away the ability also of both Bo Kane and Rusty. Rusty was really fast in that qualifying top 10 shootout. Got himself into that 5th position. So they are definitely a podium contenders there in position 4 at the moment. Just have a look here, Loza in the Autobahn car. He's teaming up with Stu, which will take control of the car later on today. So he's at the moment there in 11th position, and you can just see in the background Huds 21 just coming on to Mountain Straight. So he's got a good gap behind him, and he's got eyes towards this man, Commander Jim, in the Red Bull Commodore, the number 97. Commander Sirius is on his move in the Irwin racing car, and he's now looking to latch onto the back of Zach 18. So from position 13 up to 9, four positions. Exactly, Gunner. Yes, we want all the best here for Longy. He's doing a great job for the lead of this race. Half a second up, these boys over the top of the mountain. We know that they're fast, so they've actually gapped Ashley at the moment over the top of the mountain. And here we go. We've got Longy in the toe of the Mustang in front. Hard on the brakes. Get in and turned in. Oh, and we've got Highlander just running a bit wide. This could be vulnerable now. So everyone working on a Sunday, that's a bad thing to do, but it's got Highlander just defending this position. The first position, but here goes Longy. He's got a better exit now. The preferred line gripped up on the grippy racing line. So we've got the change of the lead there on lap 8. But Highlander's coming back down the inside. Can he get it turned around? Yes, he can. But Longy should be able to continue on in the front here because he's got the preferred racing line. So the Penrite car now has got himself back in the lead of the race. Well, not even in the back. He hasn't even had the lead of the race. Started in second, dropped the position at the start of the race. And it's lap 8 now. And he's continuing on in the front of the race now. What has Highlander got? Ashley's been able to catch up to him after they've been going for the lead of the race. They've been battling. They slowed each other down a little bit. Get in there, Lockie says Drifter, and maybe your boss is saying get into doing back some work, Gunner. So make sure you don't get held up at work and get back so you can get ready to drive. We're looking forward to see Gunner bring this car home of the Penrite car. But good job by Loggy, keeping the car straight, nice and clean. Oh, the tyres, that's, it's Highlander, talking about maybe it is. He's really pushed it down into the dipper there, and that's it. The pace that they've been running early on could be copping a little bit of a beat in those tyres, but the track medium rubber should protect those tyres a little bit, and as it grips up to a heavy rubber stake, the tyres should start getting a little bit of relief, and the pace should be pretty quick early on in the first couple of sessions, as we know these overcast skies are going to stick with us for a while before it should start breaking up, so some clears running later in the day. Don't know if those late storm clouds are going to approach us, but there are all talks of a possible 30-degree day here in Bathurst, so track temperatures could get up to around about 50 degrees Celsius, so these soft tyres are going to be on crying out mercy at the end of the session, when if the track does get up there. Currently the track temperature I think is hovering around about at 30 degrees. Old Mark Larkham isn't on board with the ANZCRL crew, so we haven't got any feedback from old Larko. But look at now Commander Cirrus within a second of Zach 18. As Mitch is just coming out of the pits again, so things are not quite going to plan for Mitch. He's had a couple of little offs at the moment. And Mitch is our first disabled driver here at ANZCRL, and it's a big shout out to him, giving this Bathurst 1000 a big go amongst some of the best Oz and New Zealand sim races on AMS2. And his aim obviously is to try and just run his own race. He's teaming up with myself, Woody Lizard, and I'll be looking forward to seeing if I can help us move along a little bit and keep the fires burning, you could say, as Loza looks like he's limping around here in position 11 at the moment. Is he, or is he? No, he looks okay. So things are okay with Loza. I thought for a minute there I thought I could see the one of the lights hanging out, but Timmy82 in the appliances online car in 7th position, and he's found himself up in the pace a little bit, 0.3 second up on his previous lap, or his previous best I should say, and he's got slide signs in his view as he's going up over the last hump before he comes into the chase. And why you can still see some cars in front of you, it keeps you going, keeps you motivated. Seeing sometimes that they get a little bit bigger in your view because you start gaining on them in different sections, as we can sort of see here now as it starts to slow down and the long straights, the cars seem to disappear a little bit as the pace increases. But you can just see here Timmy82 well and truly in the hunt of Sly Science in 6th position, who's also at the same time doing the same thing to John Slow up in front of him in 5th spot. Back up front here with Highlander, with Ashley Cucci. That is really well and truly still on for position 2 now. So Highlander now finds himself, he had a bit of a moment that last sector, 205.0. We've seen them in 204s, but look at Longgy now that he's been released. He's like a thoroughbred horse. They just gave him a whip and off he goes. A 203.2, almost a 202. On lap 9, the previous lap, so he's absolutely killing it. And while he's doing this and these blokes are fighting hard, Ash, you can just see that Loggy's getting a free run here. He wants to get through past Highlander. He can't sit there and just watch Loggy take away and get a big lead here. Ashley wants to get in front of Highlander. Highlander's made a mistake somewhere that previous lap and he's really struggling now. This lap time looks like it's going to be slow. So that's bringing Bo Kane into the show here, into the picture. At this rate, Bo Kane will be able to catch these guys within a couple of laps and be on the battle here for the second, third and fourth. Oh, as Ashley's gassed it, getting a little bit frustrated there behind Highlander, trying to get that run. He saw how long he did it. He was going to try and do it at the same rate, try and get that power down out of the chase to get a move down into Murray's. But it wasn't to be. Again, back to Mitch. Yeah, he's a disabled driver, giving it a good go. And his hometown at Bathurst as well, lives in Bathurst. So absolutely brilliant job he's been doing. First time really in a big event. And it's so good to have a driver like Mitch giving this a good red hot go on the sim rig. Something that would be good to be opened up for a lot more with some leads if they can. Obviously, it's hard for him to mix it in with a lot more able-bodied people, but I tell you what, Mitch is doing a great job out there, and a big congratulations to all involved to keep him motivated, supported, and support him along his journey. Look forward to seeing how he progresses through this race. If he can make sure that he just keeps it running on this black stuff and avoiding too many off tracks, we should see him get the best result possible for himself and myself, I should say. It's looking at John Slow with a 2:04.5 that previous lap. He was the second fastest man on track, as he is now. Thank you guys for all the support to Mitch. Keep it going because he will watch this replay back and it means a lot to him. But yeah, John Slow was the second fastest man on track, and he's on track now to start challenging Bo Kane for fourth place in this race at the moment in the truck assist car. Oh, we've got one car stopped at the moment up on the chase. I don't know if that's going to be a car. No, it's going again now. I don't know what happened there. I just seen on the map. Sorry about the quick moving. I just wanted to see, hopefully it wasn't going to be a disconnect or anything, but it was just a pause for a while on the mini map coming out of Forest Auto. But here we go, John Slow again in the 2:04s. And the pace has happened. Highlander's got his pace back again, 2:04.3. So whatever was going on there in the Monster Energy car, they've got it sorted. And he's been able to now get back into his pace that he has been in previously. So lost a bit of time in that couple of laps that he was having a little problem somewhere. Don't know if it was something to do with his hardware, if he's been distracted, but he's given away 4 seconds to Longy. We're just watching here John Slow as he's on a charge to get onto the back of Bo Kane. And Bo Kane in the Milwaukee Racing car, red 23. And just have a look how the track goes away here. It's even better when you're actually cockpit view. You're just coming over the rise there, just trying to pick up where that track is. A lot of these drivers will be autopilot. They've done many laps around here at Bathurst, so it's all second nature to them. But a lot of the international drivers that come out, especially for the Bathurst 12 hour, they're just taken away by how it just drops away when they go over Skyline for the run. And it's a pretty fast entry point over Skyline too, and to negotiate a couple of corners before you hit the dipper. To this corner here where they're reaching 290 kilometres an hour here in these V8 supercars, asking a lot of the brakes to slow it down into the chase. So nice running there from John Slow, so he's just getting comfortable. He's ready for the long haul. 13 down. We've got 27 laps remaining of this session. Let's have a look at Commander Sirius on his little charge. In 9th position, Commander Jim doing a very good job there. Look at the train of cars in front of him, led by Bo Kane. So this is going to get very interesting. We'll keep an eye on the gap between Highlander and Ashley Coochie to make sure that we don't miss anything. But at this stage here, it's all sort of neutralised a little bit at the moment. Slide side, they're saying neutralised. Actually, slide sides, Timmy82 is locked into battle here at the moment. And slide side's teaming up with G-Dude. We love G-Dude. And G-Dude will be looking forward to getting control of this car. I think next session 2. He's probably waiting, anticipating, watching, letting slide just get themselves into a good position for the restart of session 2. Now we're looking at maybe around about lap 20 for pit stops to start happening for fuel. They can get around about 23, 24 laps, I think, on a tank of fuel. So there's a little bit there. We don't know if some of the drivers have started with full tanks and going to run long into the session, or if anyone's going to try a little bit of an undercut. Not really much will happen here, I think, for session 1. I think they'll be following the leader. As we said, they're just really cruising themselves into a little run for, obviously to make sure they stay on the lead lap and keep in a good position to start each new session. But if they want to go for a little undercut to gain those few positions and get up in the starting of the formation rolling start, they may go for a little bit of an undercut to make a position. So maybe Timmy82 may look at that, pit around lap 26, 27, and go out with some fresh tyres, but with a full tank just to get to the end. And use those fresh tyres to get it in front of Slide. But at this stage, Timmy may just do this on track, as Slide Science has actually got the rear end sliding out on the exit of Hell Corner on the run up Mountain Straight. So his tyres could be a little bit slushy at the moment, as this is looking good. So does the battle for Highlander and Ashley at the moment. Very tight, but this is looking good as well. So we haven't seen much of this mid-pack battle really fire, but it's about to, I think. But we'll quickly have a look at Highlander as they're going over the top here. Headlights are blazing. Crowds cheering, loving the action. The Highlander definitely found his groove back again, because he's had a couple of laps now in those 204s. He's not repeating himself in those 205s that we saw earlier. So that's good to see. Aston will be happy with that as well. Try and minimise that gap that Longy's having. Now Longy is out in front at this stage. We'll probably just start now looking at racing to a number, maybe just to protect everything, protect the tyres mainly, just so they stay predictable. He doesn't want to start getting them overheating too much and then go in a corner and find he has got no grip there and cause a bit of a moment. So he's definitely, he'll probably put in a couple of push laps here and there just to keep his mind active. It's hard to sort of, if you start relaxing a little bit, that can cause drivers to make a little hiccup, make a mistake. So he'll still be into it, but maybe around about 90% or so, and occasionally you might get that little feel that the tyres are looking good and give it a good go. So we've got, looks like we got Mitch actually retired at this stage. So unfortunately Mitch has put the car, the Premier Hire car, into the garage. So that's unfortunate. Maybe it just got a little bit too much for him. So he's sitting there in the garage. I can't click on him, unfortunately. So he's definitely retired out of this race. But back to this battle for 5th position. At this stage, we've got Slide Science holding 6th, I should say, over Timmy82. Zach 18 still within striking distance there. You can just see him in the background. Oh, his pit limiter didn't work. So that's the reason why Mitch has actually been, he's been disqualified. So that's average sim racing. He's actually Mitch commenting there. So we've just got some feedback there. So the car's been disqualified. So what that means is we can still make the grid for session 2. But will be a maximum of 5 laps down. So it's going to be a long hold for the Woody Lizard. Myself, I'm going to have to sit there for 5 laps and just agonisingly watch these cars go by. But that's what's going to happen. And we'll make sure we have some fun and see if we can gain a lap. That's my mission now, to try and stay on that lead lap if I can, which is going to be tough. And if I finish 5 laps down at the end of session 2, we'll gain a lap to 4 laps down for session 3 when Mitch will come back into control of the car. So 4 laps down, I should say, not 3 laps down. 4 laps down will be for session 3. That's, I've got maybe a few things bundled up, thinking session 3 and session 4 and 4 laps. But there we go. So this is looking very good now. 3-way battle for position 6. Oh, and Timmy's looped it at Murray's corner, and he's got Commander Jim coming on through, so Commander Jim's going to pick up a position there. But we just caught that as Timmy's rear's just locked up, and this could be where the tyres are starting to churn. We saw Slide Science tyres getting a little bit squirmy out of Hell Corner a couple of laps ago. So is that what is that the red Black Bull team are talking about? These hot pace that some of these drivers are doing, is that causing the tyres to overheat even in these cooler conditions? Are they pushing these tyres to the limits here? I would say yes, they are, because these are race car drivers. They want to get everything out of every component of their car. Now the big factor here is, as I'm just looking at the timing screens here, we're not quite halfway yet. There's Zach 18. Look, he has got a lure dangling in front of Slide Science, and he wants to gobble that up. He's on his fastest first sector of the race, and Hud's 21. He's 1 minute 8 off the lead. 2 minute 3 lap, as you can see. They want to try and stay on that lead lap, but even if they do fall that 1 lap down, they will be back on the lead lap for session 2. So Hud's doing a good job there. He's just got to make sure he keeps it at this pace. He will fall probably a lap down in this race, but he's going to hand that car back to his teammate on the lead lap at the back of the grid. So that's a good little initiative here at ANZCRL to keep the guys interested in this race and keep the teammates in the hunt. And if things go a little bit wrong, you can try and bring yourself back into the race like a classic Larry Perkins did in 94, was it? 93, last at first in that Castrol Commodore. As oh, look at Zachy. He's making sure Slide knows that he wants to get through here. This is a great battle for 6th position. We're loving this. Let us know if you're enjoying this coverage here at ANZCRL. We're almost halfway through session 1, lap 17 of 40. As his co-drivers tell him to keep it smooth. Keep it smooth, bro. That's what he wants. But I'll tell you what, Zach 18 now, the statesman, has definitely got the grip between his teeth here. Look at Slide. He's on the defence. He's feeling this pressure now from Zach 18. Yeah, Garno, I think that's it. We've seen a couple of drivers. We saw Timmy 82 have that spin at Murray's corner, and that could be exactly what's happened there. Oh, how close can you get? Darky, welcome, Darky. Good to see you. Thanks, Night Havoc. I'm glad you're enjoying it and tuned in watching this. Hopefully next year we can have you on board. On the grid here, and look at Zach 18. He's showing all his years of experience running around this sort of track, or even on motorbikes. He raced motorbikes around circuit racing. But nothing scares Zach 18. He's got panels all around him. He's sitting in a sim rig. The only thing that can bite him is probably a mosquito. But here we go, Zach 18. Can he get Slide Science before the end of this lap? Sorry, Night Havoc. Yeah, I'm on autopilot, mate. Yes, you are. Sorry. Captain Awesome. I think that's the right name, I think. But yeah, sorry, buddy. Good to have you on board in this event. We'll get you onto the grid next session. And you can see your mate's doing a good job at the moment. Picked up that piece with Timmy82, who made a mistake. So there you go. So that's a good thing to see there in position 8 at the moment. But let's get back to this battle here of Slide Science and Zach 18. And looks like Zach 18's getting a good run out of turn 1. Slide Science has been a bit compromised the last few laps. We've just seen his car's not responding to how he likes it, I don't think. He's struggling with the rears. Sound like a proper full-on 161 lap race. We've got 143 laps remaining, 18 into the bank account with 143 remaining. And we'll have a winner by 7:30 tonight, Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Definitely, that's a good spirit there, Kempo. He's just said to everyone, if you can't read the chat there, that he's going to come back in session 3, and you sure will, mate. And we'll make sure that that pit limiter button is working for some reason. It got sticky buttons. It obviously worked the first couple of times, but something happened there. I tell you what, one person that wants to make sure that he gets his teammate knowing about the pit control, the pit speed limiter, is John Slow and the Unicorn. The Unicorn get disqualified both times at Daytona for round 1 of this V8 Supercar Championship. This is actually round 3 of the championship. And the Unicorn got pinged twice in the 2 races. There's a mandatory stop, and he came in too fast both times without the pit limiter engaged. So I tell you what, John Slow in the truck assist car, you have to make sure that he harps to his driver, the Unicorn, and make sure that button is mapped and tested that it's working. We give the drivers a 10-minute practice before each session, so that gives them time to check their hardware. It's Timmy82, here he goes, so he's in. Those tyres, worst crying blue murder, I reckon. Talking blue murder, they've got their hair all dyed in blue in that car, all done for prostate cancer. So the first of the main runners in for a pit stop, Timmy82. But let's get back up to the front here for position 2, because this is nothing separated these two when Highlander made that aggressive move up into Griffin's corner to take the lead of the race, actually, from Ashley. He's been in front of Ashley ever since, but Longy made a great setup move out of the chase and got the job done just out of the Hell corner. He got through Murray's corner. They were side by side, both Longy and Highlander. But Longy had the preferred race line on exit of the first corner and got Highlander as he tried to dive down the inside of Hell corner. Going up Mountain Straight, Longy was able to keep the power on exit and pass him quite easily before turn 2. So that was back on lap 8, I think it was, and we're now lap 19 into this race. You may see 40 laps there if people were late joining. That's because we've got 3 more sessions to come after this one to make a total of 161 laps. The final session will be 41 laps to make sure that we do make our add up properly, that we've got enough fingers there and we're not short-changing ourselves to 160. So the last session will be 41 laps, so we get the full 161 laps in racing. And here we go, Ashley's taken return serve without bumping Highlander. Ashley at the moment leading and got in before that kick coming up into the cutting. Nice move, good pressure by Ashley. But I think at the moment Highlander is really thinking about a pit stop. I think with that fast pace that's been alluded to early on, that maybe some of these drivers have compromised their tyres. Longy has been able to just manage without fighting. These drivers have been fighting all race long with a pretty impressive pace, as some of the drivers are going to come in for a pit stop very shortly, I would think. So nice move by Ashton Cucci to take second position. He's our pole man. He had pole position with a great lap. Third fastest in qualifying. Took the top 10 shootout yesterday. Was the seventh car out on track, and did enough time to take the lead away from Rusty, who had a provisional pole at that time, to top the time sheets, and he held on. Sato 15 in the Monster Energy car, gave it all, but just fell short by about 0.4 of a second. And then it was Gunner's time in the Penrite, and fell short by 0.012 seconds, as Loz has just been released out of pit lane, so you can see he's forward a lap down, but all the other drivers are yet to pit. Timmy 82 has pitted, and he's now going up through towards the cutting. But back to this battle. Looks like Slide Size has been able to just manage this gap between himself and Zach. But John Slow, actually, I missed that. John Slow has made the position up into fourth from Bocane, as Loz has found himself coming right out in the middle. And look at Highlander, how much he's dropped now. So Highlander's obviously setting himself up for a pit stop. Maybe having to go with the in-car management, which makes it a little bit difficult trying to do that on the fly. So he's probably just making sure he's requesting a pit stop, getting a few things sorted for his pit stop, as we've got one car coming into pit lane. It's Commander Cirrus from position, correct me if I'm wrong, was he 9th or 8th? But he's been doing a great job here in the Penrite car, in the Irwin car, I should say, as he finds his pit crew and comes in for his stop. So there you go. So nice job by Commander Cirrus. Let's see what Longy's going to do. He's still out in front. He's been controlling this race since lap 8 or 9, I think it was. Started second. Lost that position in the run to the Hell Corner. Got gobbled up by Highlander. And then sat back comfortably in third and just waited to see Highlander and Ashley battle for that lead early on. And he's running a very smooth race, very controlled race, you would think. Oh, you wouldn't think you'd say, I should mention. And here he is. So here he comes. So he's the leader into the pits. Make sure he slows down to 40. Have a feel of how slow 40 feels, guys. Look at it. It's like an eternity. After you've been running 300 kilometres an hour almost down Conrod, and you've got to come down to 40. What do we got here? Looks like Zach has passed Slide. Yes, he has. Thanks for bringing that up. So Zach 18, as we've got all the leaders coming into the pits. Will we see Zach 18 now come in? John Slow has not come in. He's actually going to get through and take a lap here in the lead. What's going to happen? Slide's in. Slide's taking the chance to pit. Longy's still there, so we're going to see John Slow now leading the race for maybe one lap. He may come in this next lap, and Zach 18's going to come through and find himself in second position, as Longy's probably still waiting to be released. Takes a while for fuel, around 40 seconds, I think, for the fuel, plus then the tyre, so about a minute pit stop, as he's just been released now. So we'll see where Longy comes out in the scheme of things. Hud's 21 is just coming through the chase. Hud should be, yeah, he's in third, but effectively the race leader. Oh, sorry, I've got to have a little giggle with that comment from Zachy3. Hopefully his fuel gauge is good. They came a little bit cropped up there at Daytona when fuel figures were reported to them wrong. And I had to have a late pit stop, and this car was actually on for its best result in second position at Daytona in the night. Had to come through for a unscheduled stop for fuel, which was very upsetting But look, they've rebounded here, running second here in the race, up in the top 5. Actually took slide signs before Slide went to the pit stop. So they're well and truly in the mix for this race for a podium. The Black Bull cars. Now, John Slow, let's see if he's going to take this lap as a pit stop, or is he going to extend it all the way out to lap 24, where we're expected that they're going to have no more fuel in these tanks. And Dark Racing's got the crystal ball, trying to find out and pick a winner. If you find a winner from those crystal balls you're holding up there, Darky, please let us know as John Slow comes on in. While you're watching this, Darky, let us know if you think you're not too sure of all these drivers, but you know some of the regular ANZCRL drivers. Are any of those drivers looking to take this race out? He has no idea. That's all right. So this man here, though, looks like he's the race favourite at the moment. We can't take away Ashley in the Coke Commodore or Highlander in the Mustang, the Monster Energy Mustang. But Longy will take the lead back again while the other drivers are in pits, getting their fuel and tyres. And here comes Ashley with Highlander not too far behind. So looks like Highlander may have actually gained. He's actually gained some positions during this outlap on Ashley. He was a lot further behind when they came into pits, so he's made a little bit of time up in the pits and maybe on this outlap. But Timmy 82, he's already pitted. So where's he going to come out? Is he going to beat Zach 18? Zach 18's moving now, so I think Zach 18 should be okay because he's in the later half of pit lane. So Zach 18 is just exiting now as we got Timmy 82 just coming over into turn 1. So there you go. So there's a difference between 6th and 7th. You just see the speckle of Zach 18 in front going under the Benetech sign. So there's nothing in it. Once Timmy comes up, because Zach 18, I should say, needs to get those tyres up to temperature. Get back into the zone. He'll be sometimes second guessing. Have I got enough fuel? Did they do the fuel? Did they change the tyres? He may be having a look at the different HUD screens just to make sure that there's soft slips back on the car and they're all changed and they're all re-rubbered up. Sometimes these things run through a sim racer's brain. You don't have someone in the pits be able to tell you, a race engineer telling you, yes, we changed everything is fine. You got to do it all yourself. So Commander Jim's been able to keep himself there in the top 10 at the moment. Huds, he's right on the back of Loza here, so good to hear. So we've got the co-drivers being able to communicate with their drivers by dragging them into our team chat and just asking them questions if they need to. So thanks Zachy 3. So it looks like Zach 18's good to go. And he can now concentrate to see if he can bridge that 10-second gap he's got between himself and John Slow in 5th. But look at here. Here we go. The Huds. He's hardly had any go on Project on AMS2. He was a great driver on the Xbox on Project Cars 2 with us at ANZCRL. He enjoys his ACC on the PC. He said, of course, the competition's only. But here he is in the V8 Supercars on AMS2, giving it all and challenging to see if he can pick up position 11 from Loza. And Loza's car's had a little bit of a front end damage. Maybe a bit of a spin and a nudge to the wall, but that would have been fixed up in a pit stop, I would say. Or if he hasn't pitted, he'll be carrying a little bit of that damage, which will hurt him down the straight. It will definitely slow his top end speed. and it could also increase his engine temperature, so he's got to keep an eye on that, because these cars can have failures with blown engines. Having sort of front end damage like that can create a bit of an oil leak, and if you start seeing an oil leak, you're lucky to even bring the car home. Get it over back into the pits, especially if you've only just started a lap, because you've got this climb up the mountain that actually lowers the temperatures. A lot of mechanical pressure. But Ashley Cucci right at the moment under attack, but we'll just keep an eye here on seeing if Huds can make this move. But Ashley and Highlander, I think Highlander went to have a look, but looks like Huds is having a look down the inside. Yes, he does, and he's made that move up into position 11. So he's cleared Loza now, and let's see if Huds can enjoy a little bit of this clean track and get these remaining 16 laps run down. But let's have a rehash of where we stand at the moment at lap 25 of 40. We've got Longy in the lead of this motor race. All the pit stops have been completed, so they'll all get to the end as long as they got the right amount of fuel on those pit stops. So most drivers would have, because it's a halfway point, and pretty much fill the tanks up almost to the brim to get to the end. So we've got Longy and Gunner in first position, with Longy driving at the moment. Ashley Cucci driving alongside Wadey is in second position in the Coke Commodore. And then in third position, Highlander 1777 really chasing down Ashley with these tyres now really look like they're settling in for Highlander. He's teaming up with Sato 15. He's going to take control of the car next session, I believe. And then it's Bo Kane teaming up with Rusty. Also commented already how good a lap Rusty did in the top 10 shootout to put it in fifth position. So they've gained a position under Bo Kane up into fourth place in the Milwaukee car. John Slow started in fourth position, has dropped a place in the truck assist car, but he's chasing down Bo and lapping similar times at the moment. So maybe it's just in that holding platform at the moment, but he's teamed up with the Unicorn. They're representing Newcastle. They're the Newcastle boys here in New South Wales, a couple of hours north of Sydney. And then Zach 18 with his brother Zachy 3. So the Statesman's under control at the moment in sixth position. They started in seventh, so they've gained a position, which they overtook Slide Science before the pit stop. So Slide Science has dropped down the order just a little bit. So Zach 18 is doing a good job, picked up a position from where they started in seventh. Timmy 82 has had a good race, but we did see him spin out in the final corner, and he came in for a pit, so one of the early pit stoppers. So he's going to be marginal at the end of this session. So we'll keep an eye on Timmy 82 teaming up with John King in seventh position. They started in eighth position after Timmy's top 10 shootout lap. Commander Cirrus, now this is a big talking point. Both him and VGA Philly, they started last in 13th position as they missed qualifying in the top 10 shootout due to an engine change. We like to say it, but they weren't available actually yesterday afternoon to take part. So Commander Cirrus has had a nice clean start, and he's had to manage the way he's overtaking, because even these mid-packers there, look at the times they're all doing. Still 205s and 206s is very impressive. Only about a second and a half off the leaders. So Cirrus has had to have a very calculated race to make these positions, and he's just defending at the moment from Slide Science. And we don't know if maybe Commander Cirrus made this up in the pit stop over Slide. I'm not too sure, but Slide Science teaming up with G-Dude in ninth position. I think he came in sixth place when he pitted, and he's dropped 3 positions into ninth. So he's got a little bit of work to do, but he's also on track to stay on this lead lap in this session and give G-Dude every good chance in session 2 to continue on the good ways of the Shell V-Power. And quick call out from Illogical Sports, who's just talking up their Irwin car, saying that they're ready to dominate in the heat. So they want the hot weather. So they've worked on a setup for track conditions to start rising to around that 50 degrees. So currently around 30 degrees track temperature. So they're looking for the run home, you could say, in the Irwin car. So let's keep an eye out for them all day today. But let's get back to Commander Jim and Captain Awesome, as I thought was, I forgot that was Night Havoc. So welcome to Night Havoc, obviously tuning in and watching their car progress. They started in 9th position, dropped a position at the moment in 10th position. And we know Captain Awesome, he did a good lap there on the top 10 shootout. Did get it into 9th position, but yeah, definitely got some pace, Captain Awesome. So Commander Jim and Awesome both have similar pace, so they're a very strong combination for this race. We've already seen Huds make that position on Loza in 11th position, and he's teaming up with Rishi. And Rishi's done a really good job. He's a fellow, also Nova Castrian, and he's doing a good job learning the craft of these V8 supercars. And I'm sure they're going to aim to finish in the top 10 by the end of this race and try and pick up any pieces that they may be able to pick up. So they'll be happy even with a 9th or an 8th position. They'll go away thinking the job well done. Loza 65. He's got normally quite a good pace to be in the position 8th or 7th. Didn't quite get the top 10 shootout right. He did a very safe banker lap, you could say, with a 2:06, I think it was, to finish 10th. He was the first car out as well, and it looked very tidy. But he's teaming up with Stu, and Stu will be looking forward to just counting down the laps and keeping this car on the lead lap. So at this stage, with the lucky lap offered to these drivers, he's still on the lead lap as we speak at the moment, but not that far away, as long as he's now coming onto the mountain straight that we've just seen Loza finishing up the top of the hill here. So there's only a straight mountain straight distance between first and last, before the last starts to get lapped, I should say. But if he falls a lap down, he's just got to make sure he stays that lap down, and he'll hand that car and get that lucky lap back, and he'll be on the lead lap when he comes back for session 2. So that's a good thing for him to have in the back of his mind, to make sure that he continues on his ways and don't get upset if he falls a lap down in this session. So there's the field, guys, and then 13th, he retired back into the pits, was Mitch, who's he got disqualified for speeding in pit lane when the pit limiter didn't get engaged for him. So he's obviously thought it was engaged, hit the throttle for that to try and control, but probably gave a good squirt. And it doesn't take much for these cars to reach 100k, so he would have got disqualified pretty quickly. So that's unfortunate for Mitch and myself, but look, we'll be 5 laps down at the start of session 2, and we'll mosey around and give a little bit of cheek if we can. But here we go. So we're back here for this battle for 2nd position, and Ashley, with the 2 headlights blazing on lap 28. Have a look here, back here. Commander Cirrus is still in 8th position. Have a look to see what's going on here. Highlander's very racy here. We don't want to miss a change for 2nd position if we can, but there's a big battle going on for 8th, 9th and 10th. And it's Ashley. Ashley's made a mistake coming out of Murray's corner, and Highlander's got his aggressive inside line, and he just moved over. You can just see how he just moved over. You've got to be careful moving over in the braking zone, but he just put his quarter there just to make sure Ashley didn't pull up alongside him in braking. But you've got to be careful there. You've got to give those cars that racing room. So maybe Sado might have to have a little word with Highlander and make sure that he knows that he's got to be careful moving around in that braking area. He did give Ashley a bit of room, but it was pretty close. It's good driving by Ashley. But let's now pick up this battle here. Commander Cirrus in the Irwin car in position 8. And he's just in front of Slide Signs in the Shell Mustang. And then we got the 97 Red Bull of Commander Jim in 10th position. So we can see how these things can roll sometimes. Commander Jim might find himself at a blink of an eye in 8th. If Slide Science starts to put some pressure on Sirius and they both slow down, and then if they have a little bit of a hiccup, with Commander Jim coming at him at a fair rate, he can pick up 2 positions pretty good. So yes, we got Commander Jim's teammate, just co-driver, mentioning that Red Bull Commodore is slowly, ever so slowly, just moseying on up to the back of Slide Science. Why Slide Science has probably got his eyes pointing forward on the back here of Commander Sirius. He might come unawares when that Red Bull is right in the back of his mirrors. So we've got 10 laps remaining. Longie's just clicked over 30 laps into this session. All these teams got another 131 laps to go for the rest of the day. So we're just getting warmed up. Let's have a look at Commander Jim. Oh, there's a little bit of a mistake. Sometimes it looks like it's a bit of a mistake, but I think he did run a little bit wide. But if they can get that power on, they can minimise the damage. But look at Slide Science actually coming on a lot stronger under the brakes there. Look at Commander C. Just if that's my visuals there, it looks like he's just pulling away on the straight. That power that he's been able to get down on exit. He's got good drive out of the corner, that's for sure. Commander Sirius in the Irwin car. Thanks, Mitch. Yeah. Just be careful of leaving the lobby, though. We might have a word about that a bit later. But yeah, we found with AMS2, sometimes leaving the lobby can sometimes take an innocent party with you. So we do like to see drivers, and it wasn't. Oh no! We're on board here, and Slide Science has looped it. We're just talking about drivers needing to sometimes stay in the lobby so they don't take someone out with them. But Slide Science, can he get it around with? Oh, that's going to cause more damage. He's got plenty of time. There's no cars behind him at the mall, but he won't know that. So he's going to have to get back into the pits now. And we're on board as he just got the outside curb over McPhillamy into the run to Skyline, and that has looped the car. So we've seen that a couple of times with some of the cars with their setups. Commander Jim's been able to come away with that and avoid that incident. That would have been hairy. As we can see while we're on board the roof here off the Red Bull Commodore. He obviously still got Slide Science in his view, so that's very good. But let's quickly pick up Zach 18, as now he is under pressure from Timmy 82, and Timmy 82's fuel load will be a lot less than Zach 18, so we know that can give from 2/10 to 3/10 a lap. Straight line speed just helps with it, and going over the top, the draw, there's such a rise up the Mount Panorama, and maybe we may just see Timmy 82. But granted, Zach 18's made a little bit of a mistake there, 206.8 at previous lap, so obviously something went wrong. But they've just been in conversation there by the sounds of that by Zachy 3 commenting. Oh, he's got to try and keep it cool. He's hit Bert's corner. Bert's going to have a word with you too. Mr. BP, man, Bert's going to have to get his duster out and clean up all that rubbish he just did hitting that wall. BP wall. So Zach 18, under pressure for Timmy 82, but keep his tyres good for the last 5 laps. Yes, you can. You want to try and hold on to this position 6 if you can. The restart for session 2 is a single file restart, so it's not a double, 2x2, it's a single file, so it's an easy position to keep if you can stay one position in front of the car behind you. So slide signs in for pits. So he's now going to be in there. Oh, he's actually moved out. I thought he would have been in there for a while, so that was a quick repair. So there you go, so John Slow, the 203 as he's chasing down Bo Kane. Thanks for the heads up there, Gunner. And Slide just comes out of pit lane. And Ashley's been able to clear him, and Bo Kane will be wanting to see if he can clear Slide, but he's on the defence. John Slow has got some pace. So something's wrong with Bo Kane's car. He's got no power going up that hill there. He got gobbled up by John Slow. Maybe he just didn't get the power on exit. Maybe we just missed something there. That last lap was a 2:05, a second slower than John Slow. So hopefully he's got no engine issues or nothing coming up on his dash. I don't think he's got any mechanical issues. John Slow almost just moves Bert's wall then to give himself a little bit more exit on that track. So John Slow up in the 4th position, started in 4th, so he's regained back into the position that he started this race. Taken him a while. Say 32 laps it's taken him after losing that position in the start of the race. But a good job. Let's go back to Timmy 82 trying to chase down Zach 18. Hope you're enjoying some of these camera views, guys. We're riding inboard, we're riding on the roof, and we've got the track cam going, trying to bring all the action to you guys. Live as the drivers are running now. Slide Science and Loza both a lap down in this race, but there's only 8 laps, well actually 7 laps remaining in this actual session. So part 1 of 4. So they will have the benefit of that lucky dog lap back as long as they only if they can maintain this 1 lap down. They don't want to have any more incidents. So it's very important that both Loza, that we're watching now in the Autobahn car, can keep it straight until the end of the race. And the same thing for Slide Science. He's just tucked in behind Bo Kane. So Bo's doing a good job. We've just seen Bo actually get monstered by John Slow though up Mountain Straight previous lap. So questions are on this man's car. Is it okay? Will we see him hold on to this 5th position? He's 2 seconds slower to Zach 18. We've got 7 laps remaining, that's 14 seconds. So 20 seconds of margin, so I think he should be able to hold on to this position 5 over Zach 18. So they started in 5th as well, so the change in the order from what they started on the grid is Ashley actually dropping from 1st to 3rd, and Highlander going from 3rd to 2nd. So Longy's started in 2nd. He's now leading this race in the Penrite Commodore. So he's got control of this race and very comfortably actually with a 16-second margin. Back to Highlander, who's just on pit straight now. Monster Energy Mustang to start his 34th lap with 6 to go. And he's got Loza just in front of him, who's falling that lap behind to Highlander. So he's only a lap down at the moment, Loza, from Longy at this stage. So Highlander will be wanting to make it light work if he can, and not get tangled up. So he won't put you don't think he'll put too much pressure, but he's sort of caught him at the wrong time. Highlander will get a little bit frustrated if he has to follow him right over the top, but he doesn't want to throw away the margin that he's got. Oh, Birds again, he's shaking. Can't believe it. Oh, Loz has done the right thing and just pulled over the side like a true professional. So great respect here at ANZCRL. All the drivers on the grid here. He's let Highlander get through nice and easy. It's Zach 18 has now kept that margin. He's increased it to 2 seconds from Timmy 82. Well, probably maintaining it, I would say. So obviously he's wanted to keep those tyres in the window, as we heard from his co-driver earlier, commenting on the stream, mentioning he just wants him to settle down. That's why we saw some slower times from Zach 18. Wanting him to make sure those tyres are still under him for the last 5 laps, which we're getting to now with 6 remaining. It's all building up for a good session 2. We're going to have, at this stage, if it keeps as it goes, we're going to have 12 cars out of 13 on the lead lap. So that's going to really energise this race, and session 2 nerves will be there for most of these drivers because especially halfway through, when they get to their lap 20 of 40 in session 2, they'll be really starting to think that they've got to make sure that they're in that good position, because session 3 will be the next one. And that's the session that they don't want any mistakes. They want to make sure that they get that ticket into session 4 on the lead lap and in the best position that they can be, because we know how hard it is to overtake. Some of these drivers have taken 6 or 7 laps just to make the move. Cars are so equal. Well, they're equal car. They're the same car in the game. So it comes down to little errors like we've just seen there from Zachy 18, a little wobble. You have to have the driver ready to pounce. So Timmy 82 was too far behind, as you can see. He wasn't in any contention to make a move on Zach 18. But at this stage, I'm going to keep an eye on Ashley Cucci here, because it won't be too long, and we're going to see a challenge for 3rd position by John Slow. And keep an eye on the timing monitors there on your left-hand side as well. Commander Cirrus in 8th. He's slowly catching Timmy 82. Who's trying to keep it to grips with Zach 18 as well. So Commander Cirrus from 13th up into 8th. So this has been a great opening session. Probably one of the best and the fastest sessions we've seen in ANZCRL history, to be honest. If my memory is correct, and having 12 drivers on the we've only got 10 actually on the lead lap. Huds is just holding on track on the lead lap. So that's pretty impressive, and that's good for Huds to know too, because I think he had a little bit of a problem at the start of the race. So they've actually got pace in this Scandia car, him and Rishi, to stay on the lead lap outright, basically in the session, without worrying about a lucky dog. It's going to be hard with Longy not too far away, but if he didn't make that little first lap error that we didn't catch, he would be up the order a little bit further than this, and on his own pace, he's got enough pace to stay on the lead lap through a 40-lap session. So that's good knowledge for the team going into the next lot of sessions. And look, Huds is just now starting to pull out his fastest first sector of the race on lap 35. He's definitely pushing at the moment. We'll keep an eye on the gap. We'll keep an eye here on Huds and see if he can get another green sector at the end of the year of sector 2 when he comes out of Forest Elbow, as he's looking to have a little bit of a push lap here. Yes, he is. So he's looking good for a 2:04, and that's promising. That's encouraging for the team. He's had to readjust it. He had to just chase the car a little bit through the chase there by the looks of things. He had a moment pause as he's correcting the car as it wanted to be pushing a little bit. But nice driving. And is this a 204 for him? Yes, it is a 204.7. So nice lap by Huds 21. So welcome to the V8 Supercars Huds. You're definitely in good contention now with 204s for a good result at the end of the race. If you can keep it on the lead lap for session 4, this car could feature, especially up around in the top five. So let's go up now to John Slow, as they've got Loza just in front of Ashley. So Ashley's holding on to third position. And they've got 3 more laps remaining, including this one. How about if we have a good little onboard shot here on board with John Slow. If you like this view, make sure you go and have a look on YouTube of the average racer, John Slow on YouTube. He'll be having his inboard view live on YouTube as well throughout the event when he's driving. See his pretty socks, and some will say an average frame on the webcam, but yes, he's definitely an entertaining driver to watch and brings out some good content, so it's worthwhile having a look at his YouTube channel and liking his YouTube channel, as he definitely has some good content that he does. He does comparable laps around when Formula 1 reach a certain circuit. He'll jump in a certain car and do a lap on the sim world in race factor 2 or something like that. Compare lap times or a set of Corsa, the original game. Compare it to the real life lap as well. So he's got does a lot of hard work to get all those sort of things all synced out to replicate what he's doing. So yeah, worthwhile a look. And Gunner's one that likes to have a look on the boss's time, so I'm sure Gunner's seen plenty of John Slow's videos in the past. So there's a good little lap. We saw John Slow have a little bit of an error when he was coming up close to Loza. I think it was coming through Griffin's Bend up turn 2 or somewhere. So he's on the hunt, and Ashley's going to try and see if he can hold on to this third position. So we're going to be able to allow driver swaps, obviously being at least separated on sessions. That's why we do it. It's actually running a bit wide, getting through turn 2. Now this is what John Slow needs, and what I was going to get at is some drivers will be double stinting, others will be taking the opportunity to swap over their co-driver for session 2. Now I believe session 2 could be streamed live on Slide Science Twitch channel. It won't be on this channel unless I can try. I might try and see if I can actually host Slide Science's Slide Science channel, so you guys can tune here on ANZCRL and pick up Slide Science's stream channel at the same time. So see what we can do. Otherwise we'll post the links down on our Discord to Slide Science's Twitch channel, and we'll be back with myself for session 3 live. So make sure that you tune in for session 3, which will be this afternoon at 3:15, about 3:30 actually, sorry, 3:30 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time. If session 2 is on Slide Science's channel, it'll be on just before 1 PM at 12:50 PM. So we have a bit of a break so admin can get some results sorted out, so then they get all the drivers sorted ready for their session, so it doesn't completely tick over straight away, so there is a bit of a gap, and drivers can have a little bit of debrief. And we've got Timmy's made his move, and just as we're going to say that though, we've got John Slow having a look down the, well, it was inside, outside, he's swerving there all over, trying to find an opening. So well done to Timmy 82, making a move. Oh, John Slow really trying to think if he's going to go dive down the inside, but he was going to have a tighter line, so he's just backed out of that. And Ashley Coochie's been able to hold on to it, but Timmy 82 has made his move. Thanks, Zaki, but that's unfortunate. Zaki 18 would have liked to have held on to that 6th position if he can, but look, at the end of the day, we don't know if Timmy 82 is going to have to fuel save. There's 2 more laps remaining, so there's one after this. And we did see Timmy 82 in fairly early when he had that spin to get some new rubber on. Took the opportunity to try and do an undercut. So there's still hope here that Zach 18 may just get him. And look, I think that could be it. Timmy 82 has let Zach 18 through, so this could be exactly what we're thinking. Timmy 82 could be in fuel conservative mode. Let's find out to see if Ashley's got around the top okay. He has. So he's just got it under a second, John Slow. So he's still trying to put this pressure on. We've got one more lap to go. Longy is taking the last lap of this session to knock over lap 40. So he's on his 40th lap, and he's got Huds just in front of him. So Huds is doing everything he can to stay on the lead lap, and this is an outstanding drive by Huds if he can do that, because, as I said, he had that little hiccup, but he's slowing down. So is Huds just letting him through? I think he's just letting him through, knowing that he's got that lucky dog lap for him to still filter into 10th position on the restart. So let's have a look to see Ashley. Ashley's now under attack from John Slow. John Slow's back at him now. So this is the last lap. John Slow. Oh, and a bit of a touch for Ashley, and big moment there. Ashley got it a bit wrong, and John Slow couldn't react quick enough. And John Slow, it looks like he's going to try and redress that. But look who's coming up. Where's Bocane? Bocane's just coming over the start-finish straight. So this could be a slow final lap for Ashley Coochie and Bocane. And we've got Slide Science, who's going to try and get Lozer at the last part of this lap. But let's have a look at Zach 18 in 6th position. Timmy 82 is falling down. He's got one more lap to go, and he's almost out of fuel. So he's getting chewed up here. Commander Jim's going to get this. I think he's out. He's on the clutch, guys. I could hear him actually right in the clutch. So he's trying to get to the end with minimal fuel. He's weaving around to try and pick up the last bits of dregs of fuel, but it doesn't happen in the sim world. It's not like real life. Slide Science has got Loza for 11th. But Timmy 82, the worst he's going to start. If he can't get through to the end, he will be 9th. Anyway, so he'll be a lap down. But Longy, here he comes to take the checker flag. Well, part 1, it's not quite the checker. You can see competition caution. It's yellow flag. He's out. Safety car's out. So the drivers, so Longy will head into the virtual safety car queue in 1st position. So good drive by Longy. Very controlled and patient drive. So awesome. And yes, definitely great sportsmanship drive by John Slow. But here you go. Loz has gone into the pits there. He should have finished the race. I don't know why he's going into the pits. I think he was, or did I not see it right? But anyway, one of the cars, not Loz, I think it was Huds. Sorry, where's Huds? Oh no, Huds is there. I'm just thinking things. So John Slow in 3rd position. So maybe Ashley mentioned for him just to go ahead, but I think, to be all honestly, Ashley did have a big moment coming out of Hell Corner and caught John Slow aware as John was actually trying to duck down, I think, the inside to get a run down Mountain Straight. So Ashley still finished in 4th position, so well done to him. Bocane comes over in 5th position, so he'll be happy with there. Zach 18 in 6th. As here he comes into 6th position, so good drive by the Zaki brothers. Commander Cirrus, what a drive by him from 13th to 7th. 6 positions in a tough field. So beautiful result for the Irwin team as Commander Jim comes home there in 8th position. And Timmy, congratulations to Timmy, nursing this car home with no fuel in 9th position. And we find, so there you go, guys. So we've got slides. Actually, Hud's the first of the cars that are lapped down. So he will still be on the lead lap of session 2. And in 10th position, 11th will be Slide Science. And Loza will be 12th, still on the lead lap. So how good's that? And in 13th position is not the safety car. The safety car is out right now. So we've got the 13th position is myself and Mitch Kemp in the Premier Hire car. So there you go. What a race that was, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. 10-second penalty at the end there for Timmy 82, but that doesn't matter because he's the last car there on the lead lap, so still holds on to 9th position. So fastest lap of the race. Let's have a quick look before we leave this session. 2:03.011 from the Penrite car of Longy, and a race time of 1 hour 23:53 seconds. So that's pretty fast pace for 40 laps around here at Mount Panorama. So there you go, guys. I've been your host, Neil Haynes, known as Woody Lizard. Hope you enjoyed that first opening coverage of the Bathurst 1000. We've got session 2 coming up, as I said, for the drivers at 12:30. Should be live on Slide Science's Twitch channel around about 12:50 p.m. So not too far away, guys. So probably 50 minutes away, guys. So there you go. Thanks for joining in, and I will see you in session 3. Here we go.